Sticking with Chicago now, residents there increasingly concerned about the risk of lead in their drinking water. The city, for its part, insists the water is safe. But after seeing how city officials handled a similar problem in Flint, Michigan, folks in Chicago are starting to worry. Matt Finn live in Chicago. Matt, major American city, is it possible the drinking water in Chicago isn't safe?
Yeah, good morning, Leland. Well, a leading lead contamination expert who has become a key player in the Flint crisis says people here in Chicago who choose to use tap water are essentially drinking out of a lead straw. The city of Chicago's infrastructure is made up of 80% lead pipe, and while the city insists the pipes are coated with a protective material, the most recent EPA test showed lead does leak into water. And what makes this issue so concerning is that you can essentially test your water, say 100 times, and it might come up fine, but the very next time you don't test it, a chunk of lead could come through. So people here are naturally nervous, especially those with children.
Now that this Flint crisis has happened, it's made me a lot more aware, and I think I've just been so trustworthy of not only our government, our pipes, the foundation of where the water is coming from, that it's not something that I've worried about, but this has definitely elevated a concern in my mind.
Now, to complicate matters, there is a 5% tax on bottled water here in Chicago. So people who choose not to use tap water are essentially paying for that. There is a county commissioner here who is making a move to abolish that tax. Leland.
Well, abolish the tax, maybe even give away water like they do in Flint. Has the EPA weighed in on this? Has the city of Chicago issued any kind of advisories telling people what to or to not do, Matt?
Yeah, you know what's interesting is that the city of Chicago and the EPA encourages people to let your water run 4 minutes before using that. So that might be an indication that they are not satisfied with the purity of water. But the EPA says most people don't even realize that that 4-minute advisory is out there. The message might have been lost.
You have to be telling people that the water is not safe unless you flush it. This has to be absolutely clear, and that message always gets lost.
Now, to clarify, there is no outbreak here in Chicago, especially one on the Flint level. But the EPA says that 80% of the pipes here in Chicago are made of lead, so perhaps the writing is on the wall. Really quick at home, if you are concerned about the quality of your water, the EPA says most water agencies will come and test the quality of your water. And if you are concerned about lead, there are water filters out there that say they remove all total lead. Leland.
Considering the economy in Chicago, you got to wonder how many people can afford those. Matt Finn, live in Chicago. Thank you, sir.